Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, Collectivekicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys a thrifting video from Goodwill. Show you guys a lot of Nike and Adidas samples that I ran into in the store this time. You can see the first pair is a sample. Also, the second pair from Adidas is a sample. And basically, there was just so many samples. It was crazy, but none of them were really like super like dope or anything like that. But so for those people that are like, oh my gosh, just because it's a sample doesn't mean it's dope. I get it. I know. Don't troll me. I get it. But it is kind of cool still to be able to see the samples that are in the store. Sometimes you see samples of versions of shoes that you do recognize that just never came out. Other ones, they're just samples of like a product that is on the shelves, but sometimes they're not. Like this one, I don't think ever made it. It has a suede upper on kind of the Adidas Element bottoms. And anyway, it's interesting and it's fun for me at least to be able to go to a thrift store and see so many samples. Now, this Goodwill is kind of more an upscale Goodwill, so it's not cheap. It's pretty expensive stuff, $35, $50 or whatever for a thrift. It's not like an $8 pair of Goodwill shoes or whatever that you can find. But at the same time, it is kind of fun that they end up having like a nice supply of thrifted shoes, and they're not like super thrashed and dirty and gross. Again, this one's like kind of more of an upscale store. You guys can call out the models in the video, the ones that you guys thought looked the coolest or whatever. I'm not going to try to identify them because 99% of the times I like identify a shoe incorrectly, and you guys correct me in the comment section anyway. And I don't know what half these models are, to be fair. There's so many shoes that I just think look interesting, and that's the reason why I took a picture of them. Not because I was like, oh my gosh, my subscribers are going to think this is so much heat. They have to see these. It's really like ones I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. This one reminded me of kind of a Nike Dunk, but it wasn't a Dunk. It was another low-top model that looked kind of interesting and had some cool materials, kind of Lance Armstrong-ish, so I took some pictures of it. These ones I thought looked kind of crazy. Really high-quality materials on this thing with like the croc print and the suedes. And I don't know what the number 28 was or anything like that, but they looked really, really nice, high quality. Not a shoe that I would care about buying personally, but if this was up your alley, like $50 for these is a pretty good price. I can guarantee those probably retailed over like $250, I'm assuming. Just random stuff. Another pair of Nikes. These are actually Nike IDs that look kind of like some Air Max 1s. I think these are actually Air Max 1s, but they're the Hyperfuse version that Nike ID offers. But again, you guys can correct me in the comment section that you guys usually do. If you guys do like this series, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. Let me know. I've been doing this series for a couple years now. It's always fun to be able to go and thrift and see what they have around. Sometimes I end up buying anything. This time, I don't know if there's anything I regret not buying. These Air Force Ones were really clean, though. I think it was kind of like a canvas sort of upper on them. Just an interesting like build for an Air Force One. But you can see the leather quality on it was actually pretty nice as well. They had some solar softs. Sorry, it's a fuzzy picture. Sometimes I'm just whipping through the store, and it's kind of embarrassing taking pictures of things. But these ones were interesting. Newton brand. I've never seen Newton brand. I don't know what it is, if it's like an overseas sort of thing or what it was, but it was kind of interesting. So I took a picture of them. And then these Adidas were crazy as well. Just super wild. I don't know if these are the Rafts or what type of Adidas these ones were. You guys can leave a comment again. Let me know, but really crazy kind of looking print. Some random Nike Frees. And then these ones were some interesting looking Nike Frees. And these ones were actually samples as well. They kind of remind me of the Dornbecker ones that dropped from the last year, but they're not, obviously. But interesting nonetheless. I don't even know what these are, if they're like running shoes or training shoes or what they are. They look kind of like training shoes, but interesting nonetheless. These I thought were pretty cool. Some ACGs with some speckled midsoles on them, and the orange like lockdown system I thought was kind of cool. Definitely looked like kind of an older model. You can see the name right there, what they are. Rope laces on those, and you can see that those were samples as well. If you look at the samples, you can see those ones came, I think those ones were supposed to be released in 09, so those were a handful of years old. Kind of fun to see those type of things. I don't remember if this is a sample as well, but the leather or the suede material on this one looks really nice. Yep, another sample, go figure. And 2010 it said on that one for the free power lines. Again, another one I'm not sure if they released or not. These Addy Zeros were like a larger size, and these ones were dev samples, as you'll see. It says in the inside right here, dev sample, not for resale. Kind of cool. Interesting that they had stuff like that. These ones were like ones from Camp 2011. It says Eurocamp 2011. Again, no significance to me, but I thought it was kind of cool that they ended up having just a random pair with some random stuff like that. And then the next one is a pair of blazers that kind of remind me of like the Nintendo ones almost. They had a pack of like Nintendo stuff, and that looks kind of similar. I know that these are powerlifting shoes because my wife got the Reebok ones. These ones are some Adidas ones, and you can see just kind of interesting. She doesn't use them anymore because she's pregnant. She doesn't do the CrossFit right now while she's pregnant, but these ones are interesting. The lunar trainers, I believe, and look at the back of these things. They're kind of interesting with a little emblem on them. It says the opening, so it's kind of a special one, or very specific, whatever it was for, with the logos on them, and you can see that those ones were samples as well from 2012, it looks like it says. So again, like I said, just loaded with samples. So many fun things to see, but at the same time, no superheat, so I know people are going to be like, whoa, that wasn't cool, but I don't know. I think you guys enjoy these videos. If you do, again, leave some comments, let me know. Pre-sale of these ones, interesting samples. Again, nothing too crazy, but fun. You can see that they actually were made in Vietnam. And then some free 5.0s. Again, it looks like these ones were some Nike IDs. Some really crazy looking, like, I don't even know, Flintstones looking tongues on these ones. And you can see, again, these were some samples. Size 7, I believe these ones are women's then, because size 7 is women's sample. Size 9 is men's samples. Some Nike Dunk Sky Highs. You can see kind of an interesting looking, like glimmering little like gold print on those things. Just some random sneakers. These giraffe looking like sneakers from Dolce & Gabbana is pretty fancy for a Goodwill. $60 for a Dolce & Gabbana is a pretty good price. That's pretty much it though. Just one random leather shoe that looked like it had good leather on it, and that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.